Доброго вечора, ми з України.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to Ushanka Show. Stories about life in the Soviet Union. Здравствуйте, дорогие товарищи. В эфире программа Ushanka Show. Okay, so we have another question. This one came from Dennis Wilson. Sergey, I would love to hear your opinion on a cartoon called The Adventures of Boris and Natasha Badenov. It's an American Cold War cartoon with stereotypical Soviet characters doing mischievous Cold War things that always end up backfiring on them. They are Soviet spies from fictional country of Pennsylvania, and they work for Mr. Big, which was modeled after Khrushchev. Their evil plans are always thwarted by Rocky the Flying Squirrel and Bullwinkle the Moose. They were on TV from 1959 till 1964, and then always as reruns to even this day. You can find episodes of them on YouTube. That was a great question. Thank you so much, Dennis. And yes, I am a little bit familiar with Rocky Bullwinkle Adventures. I think that's the name of that cartoon. I actually learned about it only in 2017, so 5 years ago, as I record this video, under extremely hilarious circumstances. So we'll talk about it in a second. But I want to mention something. Dennis, if you would live in the Soviet Union, your name will be Denis. And if Boris would live in Soviet Union, his name will be Boris. But before I tell you my story, how I got introduced to Moose and Squirrel, I will tell you a little bit about the situation with foreign cartoons during the Soviet days. If you follow my channel or just generally interested in the life in the Soviet Union, you should be aware that we had plenty of Soviet cartoons, such as Nu Pagadi, when a wolf is chasing a rabbit. It was the most popular, I would say, Soviet cartoon ever. The Soviet version of Vinnie the Pooh was also an amazing cartoon. I believe it's way funnier and way more interesting to watch than Disney sugary version. Our Vinnie Pooh was really mean towards Piglet, Пятачок. So Приключения Винни-Пуха и Пятачка. It's an amazing cartoon, and the soundtrack is great too. And if you're actually interested in the topic of the Soviet cartoons, I already have a video made about it. It's called The Most Popular Soviet Cartoons, me and Vinnie the Pooh. So anyway, I'll post the link in the comment section below this video. And of course, I must mention my favorite Soviet-era cartoon, Жил-был пес, There Once Was a Dog. It's available on YouTube. Once again, I'll post the link below in the comments section. And that one is kind of like a Ukrainian story made in a cartoon. That's hilarious. There were also some cartoons from the friendly socialist countries. And I think if you ask any person who used to be a kid in the Soviet days, he will right away mention Bolek and Lolek. It's the Polish cartoon. It was so popular, and also were selling, I think they were Polish chewing gum that had inserts, вкладыши, Lolek and Bolek inserts. It's kind of interesting. Cartoon called Bolek and Lolek, but I remember we always said Lolek and Bolek. Dog Rex was another popular cartoon from Poland, and I forgot about it, but when I saw a picture, I recognized right away that was also a good cartoon. From Czechoslovakia, we had a cartoon called Krot, the Mole, and from Hungary, we had a cute cartoon called Baby Fox named Vuk. But as you may have guessed already, we had no cartoons from the United States shown on the Soviet TV, at least when I was a kid, only towards the end of the Soviet Union, when I was already a teenager. Then we started getting Tom and Jerry and other cartoons, but it was kind of semi-illegally brought in and shown in video salone. So obviously, if I saw Tom and Jerry cartoons for the very first time, like in the late 80s, of course I never heard of The Adventures of Boris and Natasha Badenov. Even after I moved to the United States, I didn't know about this cartoon all the way till 2017. And that's too bad, because in one of my favorite movies, you may be gonna laugh at it, but one of my favorite movies is True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they have a reference to Boris and Natasha in that show, but unfortunately no one in the former Soviet Union got that joke, because we had no idea about Boris and Natasha, about Moose and Squirrel. This channel is dedicated to the stories about life in the Soviet Union, so I usually don't tell you much about my life here in Michigan, but the way my immigration happened, I married an American lady, So my in-laws are American. I work among the Americans. I speak only English at family. My kids don't speak any Russian. I don't go to the Russian grocery store. So I'm not your usual immigrant who kind of tend to live in a, maybe Russian community somewhere in Chicago and shop in the Russian stores and watch Russian TV. And still, even I worked for many years among Americans, no one ever mentioned to me these adventures of Boris and Natasha. And I wasn't aware of Boris and Natasha's story all the way till 2017 when I was sent down south to Louisiana. And I spent 1 month in Baton Rouge and I worked at the local power plant helping those guys with outage. And those guys over there were asking me, hey, can you say moose and squirrel? After they discovered them, I told them, I'm originally from the Soviet Union. And quite a few of them were asking me, can you please say moose and squirrel? And they were, of course, having a good laugh. And when I asked them, what do you mean? Why I need to say that? They just told me, look it up on YouTube. So I did look it up on YouTube, and YouTube gave me the wrong reference. And they showed me an episode from My Name is Earl. I believe that's the show, when a guy tells hey, ask this girl, say moose and squirrel. So I watched that episode and I was like, well, it's kind of funny, but not funny. But they told me, yeah, you need to dig deeper, buddy. So only on the second try, I discovered Rocky, the flying squirrel, Bullwinkle, the moose. I watched a couple of episodes. I can't say I liked it a lot. It was, it's such a cartoonish, really cartoonish depiction of the, Soviet spies. And of course, just the fact that they say Boris instead of Boris, it just didn't do any good. So I don't watch a lot of them, but I kind of found it hilarious because, I've discovered what it was joke is about. But there was another kind of funny episode that happened to me down in Louisiana. So one day I was working, there was a new guy, he was kind of younger, dude electrician. And we're working through procedures. And anyways, this guy turns to me, started laughing. He's like, hey, he tells me, dude, you sound like you're Russian. And I was like, I am Russian. So anyway, a couple hours later, another operator came to me. He's like, hey, I would like to apologize for my little brother. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, not long ago, he told you that you sound like Russian and that he's really feeling bad now that he was making fun of your accent. So I said, don't worry, dude. It was kind of hilarious when somebody tells me, hey, you sound like you're Russian. And of course, we're talking about 2017. Back then, I had no problem if somebody was thinking I'm Russian. And a lot of times people even didn't know what Ukraine is. So for many years, I just give up explaining that I'm Ukrainian from a country called Ukraine. Because the only reference to Ukraine, like Chernobyl, that's when people are like, oh, I know what you're talking about. But of course, since the February of 2022, I don't like being called Russian. But it appears that The Adventures of Boris and Natasha Badenov was quite a popular cartoon because later on they even made a movie based on that cartoon. I may consider watching that, but yeah, the cartoon itself, it didn't impress me much. And before we wrap it up, I want to quickly tell you about this picture I took. It was one of those restaurants, hole in the wall in Louisiana. I stopped for some boiled crabfish and Bloody Mary, but I was sitting kind of funny location. There was a mirror on one side and this guy with his butt crack showing on the other side. So I was literally sitting kind of like between two butt cracks. I need the thighs, so it was hilarious. And I took this photo. Okay, my friends, it's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll talk to you soon. До свидания. Goodbye.
Потому что если дороги будут, то по ним неприятель проедет и прямо в сердце России попадет.
Я с ними согласен абсолютно.